47-minute illegal interview on my daughter.
Full of truly terrible news stories.
Do you have any opinions on that?
And has affected your attitude towards the WA police force.
Who misused the government's credit card whilst he was on holiday?
Suing the state of WA and you, Carlo Callaghan.
Of course, all those pressing issues here in Perth. Hello and welcome to a brand new week of Undercurrent, where once again the weather's a bit off and on, but mostly just a little bit chilly. My name is Christy Mulliker. Well, first up on tonight's show, we have a lot of things in our city, but do we have enough of our natural bushland? Well, Angela Evans finds out more.
The bushland around Perth is in rapid decline. However, the Indigenous community may have answers on how best to preserve the land and protect their heritage.
When we talk about the natural veg around Perth, I'm very, very concerned for it. It's not unlike any other city. And what I always find is the state of the bushland, of course, is determined by the sensitivity of the planners. And if you have people that are receptive to conservation and preservation, well, they'll look after it. I'm finding that around Perth, early planners perhaps didn't have the best intentions for natural veg. And of course that presents us with a problem, a serious problem from the point of view of being an Aboriginal person and having a look at the way that the bushland's treated. It's fairly ordinary, and I often find myself questioning why did they clear that, you know? When we talk about Aboriginal knowledge of environment and being an Aboriginal person belonging to, you know, the Aboriginal community, to me, pieces of vegetation like that are actually absolutely crucial to our survival. We need to be able to go and sit in places like that and connect to our culture, and that culture is firmly locked in the natural environment through our social order and through our marriage laws and through our song cycles, and it's part of us, we're part of it. We're just a minority group in the community, and it's very difficult for us to be able to have any sway. And we often see it, you know, with new development taking place, new highways going in. Education's the key, and I believe that there has to be a reasonably level playing field so that Aboriginal people can have some contribution to how planners in particular are educated.
Which areas around Perth are you most worried about?
At the moment, I'm worried about Bibra Lake with row 8 going in. That's one of the most beautiful wetlands we have in the metro. And of course the murmurs are there about this new highway going in through the top end of it, which will, to me, completely upset the balance. There's also climate change, which is a worry. And if we're not getting the rain that we normally get, we're not getting the recharge, and therefore our environment's going to suffer greatly from that. It's our duty as decision makers and elders and people with so-called wisdom to make sure that we do leave something for future generations.
Any words for the Premier or Mayor?
Yes, if you're in a position where you are the final decision maker at that level, then please, please, please make sure you leave something for our youngsters.
So it is vital to educate the youth of today to protect the bushland around Perth. I'm Angela Evans, reporting for Undercurrent.
Well, coming up very soon is Miss NAIDOC for 2014, so we thought here on WTV would give you a little bit of a sneak peek.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break.
This year will mark Perth's 4th Miss NAIDOC pageant from its humble beginnings in the year 2011.
Like I don't care, baby, by the way.
With only one training session left before the big night, it seems learning to strut their stuff in killer heels isn't the real deal.
Miss NAIDOC is held during Reconciliation Week, and I guess what inspired me to start up Miss NAIDOC again was a leadership program for our young women. There's a lot of things happening for our young men in our community, but not a lot for our young women, and that's what we set up Miss NAIDOC for, really, to be a leadership program, but also to be an ambassador for NAIDOC Perth during NAIDOC Week.
In the 6-week lead up to the night, the girls work with Noongar model Shannon Maguire every Wednesday to learn not only how to model, but how to be true leaders of the community.
We work on bringing out leadership qualities that our contestants already have, but perhaps didn't realise or probably need some work on, and just try to strengthen those by the time they walk onto stage. The girls' development has actually been quite extraordinary this year. For the first couple of weeks, I really felt like I wasn't getting through. We definitely had some standouts in the first 2 weeks, but we're seeing the playing field sort of even out a little bit now, and the girls that seemed like they were a little bit behind in the first or second week have definitely caught up.
After placing 3rd in Australia's Next Top Model in 2005 and becoming a finalist for Miss Universe 3 years later, Shannon knows all too well the struggles and pressures facing young girls today. She says Miss NAIDOC focuses on building self-confidence.
Mostly what we're trying to get out of this is leaders, strong female leaders for our community, and through our workshops we work on leadership qualities, cultural understanding.
In the end, it is a competition, but I wouldn't have picked it at these workshops. The amount of good fun, laughter and support these girls share with each other shows just how important these workshops are for the young beauties.
I learnt to be more confident and actually have pride in myself and our culture, and show people that it's not shame to do something that you really want to do and achieve greatness for yourself.
I think even just little things like whether it's improving my walk, public speaking, but really just sort of building my own confidence. I mean, I've sort of always felt like I can be a confident person, but I think that can always grow. And yeah, I guess doing a competition like this is the perfect place to sort of, grow as a person and show the world or show, your community that you can be confident and, just getting rid of that shame factor, I guess, and that's, seems to be around a lot in the Aboriginal culture.
So I have made some great friends. I've learnt more about public speaking. And I also happened to lose my nan halfway through, and she wanted me to do it, and I want to do it to make her proud.
The Standing Committee of Miss NAIDOC looks for applicants between the ages of 18 and 30 who have strong personal aspirations and goals.
So we really look for, I guess, the girls, how they apply or how they write their application and the things that they put in there, what they would like to actually get out of Miss NAIDOC. Because it's a learning journey for them, and so that's what we look for, what their aims are, their aspirations, their goals. How do they see Miss NAIDOC adding to that, to where they want to get to, and what things they would like to give back to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community of Perth.
Looking back on her win, last year's Miss NAIDOC runner-up Jade Dolman says the competition has already opened up great opportunities for her.
Since last year, as soon as the competition finished, Ebony and Ivory asked me to do a few photo shoots with them, and then I've gotten into the Australian Indigenous Fashion Week this year, which was an absolutely amazing experience, and I got to meet Samantha Harris and be on the runway with her.
With preparation winding up, only one of our 10 beauties will be crowned Miss NAIDOC on May 25th at the Perth Concert Hall. Good luck, girls. This is Georgia Raven reporting for Undercurrent.
Paying tax. It's something that nobody wants to do. But this week, we took to the streets of Perth to find out if you think the big banks should be paying more taxes.
Everyone is going to be asked to contribute to the budget repair, and it's going to be as fair an ask as is possible under the circumstances.
With so many people being affected by the state budget, I hit the streets of Perth to find out whether or not people thought that banks should be taxed more to help eliminate state debt.
Why not? I mean, they have something very similar in Europe where there are now all bank transactions have got a tax levy on them. So why not here, you know?
Yeah, most probably. Yeah. We all have to pay our taxes. I think that's taxes are a good thing, and you know, it helps the country get by and helps the underprivileged and things like that. So it is a good thing. Yeah, they do get a lot of profits. They do make a lot of money. So perhaps, yeah, I think so.
With all the interest they charge on stuff, they're taking people's money as it is. So really, they should pay maybe a little bit more than the normal person does.
I do, actually. I'm from the US and I do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, I do.
I think because us homeowners keep getting slugged and they seem to be getting richer, and yeah, definitely should be taxed more.
Yes.
Compared to the average person?
Yes, well, they have a greater capacity to pay, don't they?
No.
You don't think, why not?
Because I think they pay taxes, fair taxes. Why should they be taxed more?
No, I don't think so.
Why don't you think?
I think we have already got enough taxes as it is. I think taxes don't make a country. Taxes don't build economy. Economy is built by free trade.
Well, it's a really catch-22 because if you have to pay more tax, then they're going to charge more interest rates, and then, you know, so no one wants that.
Oh, hell yeah. They're evil. Very, very bad.
They are getting living on people's money only, you know. They borrow from others, lend to others, makes some profit.
Because they're making huge profits.
Banks, they're making millions, but they're not getting charged as much as we are.
Because they make so much profit and at the expense of people, and they don't have any customer service now. Poor old people, they can't use ATMs, they get robbed.
I'm not too informed with taxes and stuff, but I think that this cutting the mining tax and all that, it's just stupid. Why do the rich pay less tax than we do?
Government's job should be to make sure that there's perfect competition instead of actually themselves declaring prices and taxes and trying to regulate.
If everyone's got a job, everyone's paying taxes, then maybe the load spread across all of the population, taxes could come down.
So from the feedback I received today, it looks like people think the bank should pay more taxes. I'm Angela Evans reporting for Undercurrent.
Time for a quick commercial break here on Undercurrent to hear from all of our sponsors. My name is Christy Mulliker. See you again soon.